Hey guys, so I've had a lot of questions on how to do a mail merge with your contacts from your workstation when you want to print some shipping labels. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it on two different types of shipping labels. And this is specifically for if you do not have Microsoft Word or any of the Microsoft Suite loaded onto your computer. I do have a Mac. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to show you how to do it through Google Drive. You do not need Microsoft Word, Excel, any of that in order to do this. And all of this is done through Google Drive is free. And we're also going to be using Avery.com on their templates, which is also free. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go into your workstation and you want to download your contacts. So the easiest way to do that is to log into your workstation. Over here, click contacts, and then click export to Excel. Once it exports, it's going to export as a zip drive. You want to double click it, unzip it, and grab that Excel file. Now, you're not going to want to open up that Excel file on your computer, especially if you don't have Microsoft Excel, because it is going to default to open through numbers, which we are not going to use. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into your Google Drive. If you don't have one, create one. It's free. Go through, I don't think you have to create like an email address or something, but completely free. Go in and do it. I have different folders where I put my my mailing lists. So just create a folder, organize it however you see fit. But once it's there, and I'll show you guys where I have mine. I have mine in my, I think it's mailouts. Mailouts. Okay. So this is the folder that I'm going to use for this fall winter season for all of my customer lists from my workstation. So once you download it, put it in here, you're going to basically either you're going to upload it. So you're going to do file upload, or you're going to drag and drop just that Excel file, not the zip file, but the Excel file into here. And then you're going to open it up from here. Once you open up, you're going to have all of your contacts. You're going to have a ton of different columns. I'm not going to open up one for you because it does have my customer's contact information, but here is an example of a cleaned up version. So what I do is you want to make sure when you're doing this is that every piece of the name and the address is in its own separate column, because that's just what you're going to need to pull into your Avery.com template. So there's a column where it has the name. So it has the first and the last name all together. I delete it. I just have their first name with their last name. Address 1, keep address 2. There's an address 3 column. Usually I delete that. I've never had anything in that column, but I do keep address 2 in case there's an apartment. And like for this example, there's a unit 3 that you want. Postal code, city, state. Yes, this is kind of out of order. It doesn't really matter once you pull it into Avery.com. So obviously I tweaked my customers' information for privacy's sake. But this is what my cleaned up version would look like. So you can sort if you want to, send a mailing to your past 50 customers, your past 100 customers. Basically, the best way to sort it is through last purchase. You're not going to be able from that contact Excel from your workstation is not going to give you how much they spent, any of that. That's kind of a more of a manual process. This is how I choose to mail stuff to based on when they last purchased. So that's how this is a cleanup version. Okay. So once you're finished up, you cleaned up your Excel document and you're ready to go. What you want to do is you want to go to File, Download, and download as a CSV, comma separated values file. So you're going to download that to your computer. Okay. Leave it there. Don't pull it anywhere else. So now, next we're going to go over to Avery.com, and you want to go to, actually, let's go to the main website so you guys can kind of see where you go. So I go to Avery.com/templates. You want to create an account. It's free. You don't need to pay for anything. But this is where you're going to store all of your Avery templates and be able to use the Avery platform. So this is software, web-based. You don't need to download anything. So once you have that created, you're going to go into, actually, let's go back here. Sorry, guys. So you can go into your account, sign in, and I go to projects. Now from here, I'm going to create a new project. So here's like a create a new project, or you can edit a current one. So create a new project, click on that. And then over here, I'm going to show you guys how to do it on template 5260. So this is 32 a sheet. You can get this at any office supply store, Amazon. So you're going to select this template and you're going to use the blank version. And I use the horizontal version. Two things to note from here. When you have edit all selected, whatever you type or put in here, it's going to show up on all of your labels. When you want to edit just one by one, click edit one. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So how do we merge our cleaned up Excel document and put it in here? Very easy. So you're going to go over here to where it says import data mail merge, start import merge, and then browse for file. So here you're going to go to your downloads, and I'm just going to sort by the date added because I have a ton of stuff in there. And here's my example, my mail merge sample. So you're going to find your file, open it. All right, so from here, you are going to deselect this first row because you don't want the headers to be on there. Now, if you had some other things on here, like the last purchase date or any other column that you don't want to show up, just deselect it from this very top row and it will go away. It won't be an option to put into your labels. Once you've done that, click next. Now you're just going to arrange your fields of how you want it to show up on your labels. So I'm going to double click first name. I'm going to backspace because I want the last name to be on the same line. Click enter. Address 1, then address 2 on the next line. Then I'm going to put the city. Now, I would recommend that you don't put the comma between the city and the state, just in case you have some blank labels. It's going to print that comma. And I mean, you can easily white it out or write over it, but if you leave it blank, it's not going to print on it. It'll be fine. And it's still going to mail just fine. Then you're going to click state and then postal zip code. Okay. Then you're going to click next. And also note, if you have nothing in the address to line, that's not going to show up. And I'll show you guys in just a second. So you're going to click next, and then you're going to click finish. There you go. All of my 10 addresses are here. And now what I can do is I can just format it. So if I click on this, select everything, let's say I want it centered. And let's say I want to change the font to this one, make it like a slightly bigger, like 12 maybe. And then I wanted a line centered on the template. Okay. So I just made all those changes to all of those labels. Now, if I wanted to go into, let's say this one, and let's say for some reason she put her wrong state when she purchased or whatever, you can go in and change that out, and it's only going to change that specific label as long as edit 1 is selected. Then you unselect, and that's how it's going to look on your labels. So then you're going to go to save up here in the right-hand corner. You're going to download your PDF, and then you can change your product name. I'm going to say mail merge sample, and you're going to save it to your account. All right. So that's done. That's easy. All right. And so if you open up your PDF, there you go. All your addresses are there. Just put your labels in your printer, print, and ready to go. Now I'm going to show you guys really quickly how to do this on, what is this, 5163. So this is 10 to a sheet. I use this one if I am mailing out a package where I'm going to put like a stamp. So it's not going to be like a bulk package. It's still something that can be sent out with a stamp, or a stamp that costs like $1 or something. This one, when I use this, I'm putting my return address on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want this to show up on all the labels. So I'm going to add my return address, and I don't want it super big. So I'm going to make it 10 point. I'm going to put my name and my address, where place 06 on random zip code. Okay. And then I'm put that in the upper left-hand corner. All right, so that way I don't have to print a separate label for the return address. It's right there. I'm going to do the same thing and import that same file here. Next, and we're going to add my fields. City, state, and zip code. Next, finish. All right, clearly we don't want it there. So we're going to take it and we're going to drag it down here. And again, I want to adjust the formatting. Guys, you can do this whatever. You can even make it, you know, cool colors, whatever. Just make sure whenever you're doing it, it stays within this dotted line so it doesn't, you know, fall off your, see, it's going to print. So I'm going to center this way. And there we go. So we'll check out my return address is going to stay the same and everything else is going to be different. All right. And then you're going to do the same thing. Download this PDF, save that to your account. We'll replace it for now. Open up this PDF so you guys can see what it looks like. Bada bing. And then you just put your labels in, print, and go. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this answers your questions on how to do a simple mail merge using Google Drive and array.com. Let me know if you guys have any questions.